Well, hello, everybody.
Hey-o.
Hello.
Hey.
Podcast, come and me one go home.
That's true. That's true. It's late night on a Thursday. Anthony, you look very striking.
Thank you.
With your St. Louis hat on today.
If you guys have noticed, I haven't worn a repeat hat, and that's because I have a lot of them.
You have all 32.
At least one of all 32, yeah.
That's amazing. This is Sports and Spaghetti. Welcome to episode number, 106 is it?
I think it's
lost
yes.
count.
I think it's 106.
106. It's I forgot to change it. Anthony's going to change it on the script.
It is 106.
It's 106, and today we are continuing the theme of Globe on the Stove. However, instead of cooking Nikki's dish, because, well, tell them why.
I had finals.
Yes,
Final exams.
We're not going to make you cook on finals week.
Yes.
We are going to be playing a small game. It's not a game. We're going to be doing something fun. We're going to talk about international arena snack/concessions. And I have prepared one for us today. I didn't want to burn through one of my, as Anthony
Tiz out.
completely tizzed out there and rainbow-fied our studio here.
Yes, queen.
And yes, I've made one. We are taking one place from a different country other than the United States and talking about some of the food they serve there, and why it's cool to us. And so, before we do that, the Jolly Rancher word of the week is here. We had a record turnout last week, with more than 40. Correct.
If that's the case, why are the views not equaling the Jolly Rancher question?
Because what happens is somebody watches it,
And then they just
and
tell
then they
everybody.
tell everybody.
How do we avoid that?
You don't.
You don't. It's just the
You know-
nature
you know,
of the beast.
You can. They have to. I don't know if they're allowed to have their phones.
No.
Click on the video
No!
in front of you, Jolly Rancher.
No.
The timestamp of when we say
Do
it.
not do that.
The timestamp of when we say it.
Do not do that.
Will they spread that?
And you
that
know
easily?
who you are. I can't say their names yet, but you know who you are. What?
The timestamp. But they could spread that too, I suppose.
They could. They are smarter than they let on.
When you guys are no longer in Mr. Walker's class, all that laundry aired out.
Yeah.
You need to-
Everything you did. Felipe knows.
You need to surprise them and add like a second one towards the end.
That's right. Or I could just do it at the end of the show and then nobody will get it. They'll be like, why didn't you do a word of the week?
I did.
I did. It's in there. Well, this week's word of the week is described as moving air. Okay, it's what we're learning about right now. Moving air.
Cumulonimbus.
No. But this can be produced by a cumulonimbus cloud. But no, that was last time. Alas. Let's get on with this. Nikki, Ant, and I have picked one country and one stadium, and are talking about the food at that stadium. So, Anthony, I'd like you to start it off because this is a wacky one. We'll do mine last because I made something.
All right. So mine, I was going to do Canada because the Rogers Center in Toronto, they do cotton candy nachos. I think it's cotton candy nachos. It's a little weird.
I was
right?
there. I didn't.
Oh, it's dope.
Yeah.
Never been to Canada.
Chris was there too.
Really? Well, it's new this year. So,
Oh, okay.
so I didn't decide to do Canada. I wanted to do something a little more international. So upon my searching, I found that the MasterCard Center in Beijing, China, they offer something. Now, the Beijing Center, mostly Chinese league basketball is going to be played there. Big fans of basketball they are in China.
The Guangdong Sharks.
I think so. Yep. I think Beijing Tigers, or I could just be super racist. Who knows? Anyway, there's at least one Tigers, and you know it.
There it is.
Okay, so to get on with it, they serve. They're in little bags.
Oh, dear.
They serve chicken feet at the stadium. Now, I wouldn't eat bone-in chicken wings at a basketball game because that's just too much. You got to hold the little boat. You got to eat your bone. Where do you throw the bone when it's done? You got your drink. It's a whole mess.
Yes.
You're not going to lick your fingers in the middle of a stadium. That's disgusting.
Yeah, that doesn't sound very good.
You want me to eat a chicken foot? It's the same. You gotta.
No, stop.
But it's like chili. It's like chili in a bag. It's not
nibbling on
skin and everything.
So yeah, the MasterCard Center in Beijing, they serve chicken feet in bags. That's my odd international snack.
I don't like that. You know what? We got to make chicken feet. I will not eat that. I will not put a chicken foot in my mouth hole.
You don't like human feet, let alone chicken feet.
Stop it. You know what? I was subbing in a gym class today, which is really bad as it is. I mean, I like subbing in gym because we get to be active. Sorry, Nick. But the kids just absolutely stink.
Why did you just sorry?
Because I kicked them by accident under the
You
table.
did?
Yeah,
that wasn't me.
There was I kicked something. There was a little action going on under the table.
That
We're
is
playing
me,
footsie.
but
Yeah, it was a footsie situation.
Yeah, 5th grade, 6th grade gym.
It stinks. It smells.
Yeah.
It's a BO factory. So I had to go in the fitness room of the gym, which is a smaller enclosure. Okay? It is not a large room. And they were like, Mr. Walker, these exercises are going to crease my shoes. Can I take them off? And I was like, go ahead. So there were just feet all over the place. There were just feet everywhere. There were socks. Worst of all, there were socks. And you could see that they were getting dirty from being on the floor. They were getting brown from being on that floor. And I'm not a fan of that.
Nikki, can you grab my charger on my laptop case?
I do not like that. What happened?
I just got to charge my laptop.
Oh,
Got that low power.
I have a foot story. It's relevant to today.
all right.
I just finished my class, and my classmates were the worst classmates you could imagine. I'm sick of it. I'm over it. Today was the last day. I never have to see them again. And
do
the
you know
person that sits
Wait,
next...
how do you know that?
How do I know what?
That you won't see them ever again?
Well, I hope. I pray. But today was the last class.
They're gonna be your coworker.
I know.
You're
They're
gonna
going to be
you're gonna end up
competing.
dating their
Yo,
sister.
I'm not going to name drop, but all I know is the person that sat next to me was like a 40 to 50-year-old woman, and she would take her shoes off every class, and she didn't have socks on.
That triggers me.
Bare feet on the ground right next to me, and it was disgusting. And I'm sick of that class. I'm sick of all those people in it. The class was amazing. The people in it sucked.
Walker
Why did
household,
they
not
suck?
a fan of feet.
There's your example one.
Why else?
We had people with I found this out. This guy that always sat in the front, he had AirPods in, and he never paid attention. The teacher always grilled him. She was like, "You're never gonna pass. You don't pay attention. You don't care. I don't care." Blah blah
That
blah.
is so me.
Today, he withdrew from the class about a couple weeks ago. Today, I found out because she like exposed him and said that he dropped out of the class to try and become a music producer.
Listen, man. I hope he makes it big.
What a maroon!
What a maroon!
Hope he makes it big.
He's not. He's like 50.
What a maroon!
That's okay.
He's far gone.
Have you ever seen who produces like a lot of really good music?
Ryan Tedder.
Rick Rubin.
Yeah, how long have they been doing it? I'm sure they weren't taking nursing classes
Listen,
into their 50s.
Well, the fact checker's on the case now.
I am on.
Okay,
I
the
am
fact
on the
checker
case.
Well, if they were in
extraordinaire.
nursing school up until they were 50 and then became a music producer, I'd be impressed.
So like, if you look at this guy,
Let's look at the guy.
and you're like, oh wow, he's the best producer at Def Jam Records. You're like, no, he's not.
Why?
It's Rick Rubin.
Yeah, how long has he been doing it? Since
Do
he
you
was
not
2?
know? Do you not know who Rick Rubin is? What he looks
Yeah.
like? Yeah, he's the Yeti at all the Yankee games. He's the guy that looks homeless behind
That's
the plate.
right.
It's Rick Rubin.
Oh, Madonna me. You know, sometimes the fact checks are good. I like that one.
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
he didn't prove you wrong.
No,
I just
literally
think that
fact check.
guy's an idiot.
Yeah, he was.
Literally the co-founder of Def Jam Records.
Nick. So this guy.
Oh, he's a Long Island Jew. Hell yeah.
Oh my
Ugh.
God.
So that means Knicks fan.
And Islanders.
This guy was failing the class. And he wasn't putting an effort.
Did you have a lot of people that tried to distract the teacher by asking stupid questions, or did they make the class go a half hour too long because they asked extra questions? Because that fired me up.
Genuinely, unfortunately, that did happen sometimes. In fact, the first day of class, they asked us to be able to take breaks because it's a 2.5 hour lecture. They asked us to take breaks instead of leaving early. Take breaks in between.
That's dumb. So, actually, you mentioned Rick Rubin. He actually founded Def Jam while he was in college at NYU. So he was a college student.
How old?
Probably 21, 22.
Yeah, not 50.
Who knows?
What was he studying?
It doesn't show, but probably music.
Yeah, exactly. Get out of here, fact checker.
He was a radiology degree.
Yeah. My butt.
He was a radiologist. All right, Nick, talk about your food.
Yes, we are going to fly westward towards Europe from Beijing into none other than Denmark. And we are going to go to Copenhagen for Parken Stadium, home to Copenhagen FC and the Denmark national football team.
Okay.
Where they have a Michelin star restaurant.
What?
They have a Michelin star restaurant. I was busy today, so I didn't have time to look up what a Michelin star is, but I assume it means it's the highest
Michelin
graded.
star. You don't have to look it up. A Michelin starred restaurant is a very, very high profile and well-to-do restaurant that's been rated by professionals. It's like a Zagat rated restaurant.
So, fun fact, I don't know if Chris knows this.
He's a Michelin star chef.
No. Do you know it's yes, it is the same Michelin as Michelin tires. Do you know why they started that?
Enlighten me.
It was so you can set it from, let's say, one Michelin star restaurant is in Danbury, the other one's in Stores. So you would say, okay, this is a Michelin star, that's a Michelin star. You want people to drive back and forth, so they need more tires.
I see.
That's like Guinness World Records is the Guinness beer, because they would print it and it would be in the bars and they wanted you to read it while you were drinking beer.
Makes sense. Anyways, in Copenhagen, there is Parken Stadium with a Michelin-starred restaurant that serves grilled veal tongue at their games. And they also have shrimp tartlets and charred potato in the aroma of bark. But my focus was on
Stop! The aroma of bark?
Yes. That is what you will smell instead Stadium.
Veal, a baby cow. Tongue.
It's not talking anywhere. Have you ever had cow tongue?
No, first of all. And second of all, I would never eat a baby animal. Cow. A baby cow. I would never eat a veal. You couldn't pay me enough money to make a veal.
Why in God's name would I look at you and say...
You could not pay me enough money because in the store, Anthony and Nick, they say, it says milk fed. Still breastfeeding. I'm not going to eat it.
Dude, tongue just has to be so, like, tough to eat.
Depends on how you make it.
Look it up, Ant. Tell us how you make it. You know what? Just don't talk the rest of the day and just look up everything we say.
Parken Stadium, they serve grilled veal tongue. That was what I looked up.
That's bizarre.
It is.
I feel very less bizarre with what I chose.
You wouldn't catch me eating that anywhere, let alone
you want a shrimp tartlet?
Game. No, not that either. Charred potato.
The charred potato and the aroma. What is the aroma of bark? What kind of bark? Are we talking about birch?
A nice oaky afterbirth.
Yeah.
Talking about teak.
And nice oaky.
You talking about teak?
We're talking about teak.
Yes, charred potato.
Sandal.
That's not sandal bark. It's
sandal bark. Anyway, all right, mine and here we go is the Allianz Arena, and this ties into something we're going to discuss today in sports. Is home of Bayern München.
Yes.
Of the Bundesliga, and they are known, well, they're in Germany, so they are known for bratwurst, currywurst, which is sausage with a curry ketchup, and they have...
Oh, boy.
They have...
It just hit me.
We're having currywurst today. You're eating currywurst today. You're eating currywurst. Oh, and turkey escalopes.
They're serving seafood. I have the
escalope.
I have the shrimp and the escalope.
Oh my god.
Listen, the escalope. And they obviously serve a lot of pretzels, but so we're gonna circle back to the currywurst because that's what we've made today. Okay, and no German thing would be complete without French fries, so we have French fries too. They got soggy because they got.
You couldn't see the condensation.
Shut up! I'm a dad of two. Anyway, the currywurst. Over 800 million currywursts are sold every year in Germany. Did you know that?
Nope.
Well, now you do.
Fact check.
Okay? And so...
You want to fact check that?
No, that's a fact. See, when you put a number to it, that verifies it. So what we... I'm going to kill him today. I'm going to murder him today. It's murder your family. Go ahead. Go ahead. You know who's going to have a field day with this episode? This mom. She's going to have a field day with this.
Currywurst Museum, they have one in Germany, estimates that 800 million currywursts are eaten every year in Germany, with 70 million in Berlin alone. That's insane.
The fact check by Snopes was proven to be correct.
No, it's actually from currywurstmuseum.com.
No, well, you're Snopes. That's what I'm talking
Is that
about.
what you can start calling me now, Snopes?
Yeah, Jeeves. Over here.
What in the world is that?
This is currywurst.
Wait, then what's in the bin?
Settle down. Settle down. Take it easy.
No, because I was fine with that. I don't know if I'm fine with that.
Well, that's just bratwurst.
Oh, that's fragrant.
Which is sausage.
Oh, that's
That's
fragrant.
curry. That's like a ketchup curry.
It smells like gym class.
It's curry.
Oh, I smell it.
It's curry. It's Nick.
It smells really good.
I wouldn't lead you astray. It's not bad. You're not going to hate it. You're definitely not. I don't know if you'll like the sausage, but you're not going to hate that. I'm telling you right now. I also brought regular ketchup if you want ketchup and fries after. So we're going to take a minute and try this and see what happens. This is a bit of a surprise on Sports and Spag. We'll be right back after these messages. All right. Anthony's finishing up his last bite of currywurst. Don't mistake it for something Indian because it's not. Just because it has curry in the name doesn't mean anything because it's also a bratwurst, which is German. So this is very much a German thing. It's very unique. It's not like anything I've ever tasted. Nick, what'd you think?
I thought it was okay. I don't really like sausage, nor do I. I think it's cumin that makes up.
There is no cumin.
That's
in it.
curry powder, brother.
Oh, curry powder. Don't they taste similar? Am I tripping?
Curry powder has a little bit more
Kick.
Je ne sais quoi.
something to it. Yeah.
Well, the curry powder. It gives me cumin vibes, which I don't like. So, it was okay. It was edible. I'll say that. So I'll give it a 6. Nah, I'll give it a 5.5.
So
I'll take that.
I'm gonna rank it. I think it was good. I would probably eat it, but I don't know. At a sporting event, I feel like this would be throwing haymakers in my gut. The whole time. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, this one has potential to cause some digestive upset. This is a heavy hitter.
It's good though.
Yeah, like 5 pieces is enough.
Just one sausage.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you rate it?
I'm gonna go 7.4.
7.4. Yeah, I think it was good for what it is. I think before trying this, if I went to the Allianz, which I'd love to go to with Dad, I think if I went there, I would not have gotten this.
No.
But now I would like to try it there. This would be the first thing I would get there because I'd want to see how they make it there.
That's valid.
Absolutely, I would get it. It's a strong 6 for me. A 6.
So, Nikki, what'd you give yours?
5.5.
6, and I said 7.
A strong 6.
And I think I'd be willing to like try a bite of the authentic.
Yeah, because now you've tasted it,
Yeah.
and it's not like, oh, I would
it's
never
not-
put that in my mouth
It's not scary, no.
Not bad. It comes in with a 6.23. Right
again. Yeah,
around
that did well.
a little bit better than Ben's Bougie grilled cheese.
That's not bad. I think it's nice. I think the it's good. It's just not a meal, right? It's like it's definitely stadium food.
Yeah. Mhm.
It's definitely something smaller.
Eat it with chips and peas.
They're
That's
in Germany.
UK.
Yeah, we are in the wrong country.
Eat it with the chips and the peas.
Anyway, here we go. Hello. We had to clean that up a little bit, but we're gonna segue this German nonsense into.
You want to talk about German nonsense, Chris? Boy, do I have a story for you. Summer 1944.
The year that Currywurst came into be.
Oh, it's 49.
Oh, 49.
This episode was brought to you by post-war Germany. We're sorry for what we did.
Oh. I have to find ways to get this in there. We're going to talk about Bayern Munich.
Where's that located?
Munich.
No, in Germany. Got it.
In Germany, because Bayern München won the Bundesliga this year, and it was Harry Kane's first championship, and he and Bayern Munich are the good of the week. Honestly, 25 goals. What will they say now about him?
Nothing.
What will they be able to say wrong about Harry Kane?
They're going to say, here I am, rock me like a Harry
They'll
Kane.
say he did it in a lesser league. They'll say he did it with
Not a
better
lesser
team. Yada, yada, yada. They always have excuses.
There was this tremendous weight on his shoulders for his whole career. I mean, he played for his childhood club in Tottenham, and it just wasn't working out, and he got out at the right time because that team sucks from dad's ears to my mouth. From dad's mouth to my ears.
Got it.
Whatever. They stink now, and Harry Kane made an immediate impact, and Leverkusen won last year, and so Bayern München is the winner, and so I love this for him, and they lost the Championship League final and 2 Carabao Cups with Spurs. 2 European Championship finals with England, and a German Super Cup final in Bayern last season. It's just been so close for Kane.
For so long.
He said it's nice to be on the other side.
It is well deserved.
He's never had that celebration.
I'm eating more fries.
Most well deserved
Yes.
of really most professional athletes.
Yes.
So I wanted to give him a few minutes of our time because he deserves it, and Dad will listen for it. He'll be happy. But Harry Kane and Bayern München are the good. You want to talk about bad? How about everybody that doubted Stu Skinner? Okay, all of us, and all the Oilers fans, and all of the Vegas Golden Knights fans, and all of everybody that doubted this man. He shut them all up. Nobody happier than Gene Principe, who is one of the reporters for Sportsnet, is a huge fan of Stuart Skinner, and they've become buddies. Nobody happier than Gene Principe. I know that. But Stuart Skinner with back-to-back shutouts of the Golden Knights to close out the series against Vegas after Calvin Pickard went down with injury after winning his 6th straight game. So he was 6-0 after replacing Skinner. And then Stuart Skinner of the Oilers came in and lost the game
Got lit
in
up.
the final seconds.
Oh, yeah, I watched that. That was a tough one.
on a goal where he's vacated the goal crease, and the puck goes in with just seconds remaining.
Didn't it go off somebody's skate, right?
Yeah. Leon Draisaitl.
Yeah.
We'll hear about him more later. The German himself.
Oh, God, I'm older than him.
Yeah. And he actually scored the last Vegas Golden Knights goal, Leon Draisaitl.
Yeah.
He scored their last goal. But still, Stuart Skinner was outside the crease, and people were like, here we go again. Why is Pickard hurt? Well, Pickard's obviously injury is not quite as day-to-day as we thought. He missed 3 games now. Skinner shut out the Golden Knights in Game 4 and in Game 5. And the Oilers have dispatched the Golden Knights. It's starting to look like a collision course for last year's final again.
Yep.
We'll see what happens there. But the bad is all of us who talk badly about Stu Skinner. The is the laughs. The Leafs. We were just talking about the Panthers. Well, you could call it what you want. You could say the Panthers starting to heat up. You could say the Leafs are starting to be the Leafs. I think the Leafs are starting to be the Leafs. You're starting to see all the emotion leaving this team. All the grit and determination and the top line scoring from Nyes, from Marner, from Willie Nylander, from Austin Matthews. It's all gone away. All the scoring has gone away. Every ESPN analyst last night had something bad to say. Chris Pronger, who's the newest, you remember Chris Pronger, right?
Did he play for Philly?
Maybe, but he was known as an Oiler, as a Duck. Did he play for the Flyers? He might have. I know he wore number 44.
He did. He was a captain. I know things.
There you go. Thought maybe for a little bit.
Hell yeah, brother.
He had a lot of concussion issues. Big defenseman, big tough guy. You don't want to play against him.
6'6". He played for the Whalers.
That's right. He said, the lack of emotion I see, I would be pissed off. That's what he said. Mark Messier. Now, these are not nobodies. This was the worst performance we've seen in a long time. This is referring to the 6-1 loss the Leafs just had. And PK Subban, who's not a nobody, but he's really not that much of a somebody, even though he thinks he is. He's more of a somebody than me and you guys, but not that much more. Especially in the broadcasting world, anyway, I'm not going to go there. He said, embarrassing. If they lose this series, there has to be a change. There's a change every season, PK. Have you not been here? Okay, Paul Biznasty is beside himself right now. He's crashing out live.
I think he said he's an Oilers fan now.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a joke. This team is a disaster. I finally start rooting for them the past 2 seasons in the playoffs just to hear Joe Bowen call games, and they stink. Matt Murray was playing goal yesterday at the end. Matthew Murray, I can't say who because he's won the cup twice. But still, if it's gotten to that, there's big problems. And Joey Wall is not the answer as of last night. It was bad, and the Leafs are the end because they're not down and out yet, but oh boy, are they close. I'm done. It's Nick's turn to talk.
Hello.
We're going to talk about the Golden State Warriors. Well, Anthony will talk.
I was just going to say we were going to get back on track with Curry. We're going to talk about Steph Curry in this one. You like that? Yeah, you did.
Oh, Jesus.
We're going to talk about Steph Curry, and for those of you that don't know, that's Nikki's team. So, Nikki, take out your frustrations on these boys.
You know the Twitter account where it's like, this is a safe space, let it all up. That's me right now, honest to God. Because, first of all, this team is full of bums.
Is the golden era over?
The golden era, it's not over. There's like one more year left of the golden era. Because one more year, I think, is all Curry has left in him. I genuinely think that.
I think he has more.
You think he has more? I don't know, man. The injuries throughout his career are kind of piling up. He has lost a touch. I know he's still him, but not as consistently.
He did miss the last 2 games of this series.
Yes, of course. 3, actually.
3.
But yeah. I think I'm actually very happy that Curry didn't play in the Game 5 of this series when they lost because I think it could have ended his career very well.
Yeah.
Playing on a torn hamstring, strained hamstring, can lead to worse. But
and even his teammates were saying how it's not the same team when he's not there.
I mean, if you watch any game that he was not a part of, the offense is just non-existent. Nobody's getting open for shots. The shots aren't coming as easy. You have Buddy Hield shooting 3 for $1 million because they're not open
Didn't you
shots.
say he needed to be executed?
I did, and then I gave him a grinder, and now
He should be re-executed.
No, he should not be re-executed because it's not his fault Curry got injured. But that's what happens when Buddy Hield cannot get the looks that he gets when Curry's on the court. He has to create for himself, and that's not as easy. That's not easy when you have a guy that draws 2 defenders every play. The bottom line is the Warriors need to get rid of everyone except Jonathan Kuminga, and it's probably going to be the other way around, unfortunately. There's a lot of talk about the Warriors recruiting Giannis Antetokounmpo, but I don't think that's coming to fruition, unfortunately. The bottom line is we need a center. We have no center. We've been playing without a center, and we get cooked by every center. Draymond can guard 1 through 5, but not consistently. He's almost fouling out every game. He's not tall enough, and he's getting old. He cannot guard the center. He cannot guard Joel Embiid. He cannot guard Giannis Antetokounmpo. He cannot guard any of these guys. Jokic, pick any of these star centers. We cannot guard them. We need a real center. And that's the only way we're going forward. We're not going forward with Jimmy. He's washed, to be completely honest.
Jimmy was the one who said that it's a lot harder when Steph's not there.
Yeah. And he's not wrong. Everyone talks about Curry's gravity, and there's a reason for it. But Jimmy's washed. I would be happy to get rid of him for Antetokounmpo or something like that, or picks or anything, because we have no picks either. Brandon Pajemski, he's a bum. He needs to get traded probably. Moses Moody's a bum. He needs to get traded.
First time in the Steve Kerr era that the Warriors lost 4 straight playoff games.
Yes, we still haven't been. Curry still hasn't been swept, and Curry didn't lose the series. So,
Nick, I'm glad you brought up trading for draft picks because this is something that's not on our list, but I really wanted to talk to you about because the NBA, you know I'm a draft guy. I think everybody knows this.
Yes.
Recently, the Dallas Mavericks have won the NBA lottery, which, let's be completely honest, I do think now that we're seeing the whole Luka trade and the fleece, this is kind of it's kind of
just like the Islanders.
No, because nobody would rig it for the Islanders. But let's look at it. Let's look at it in this aspect. You look at the Mavericks. Hey, trade your best player and one of the faces of the league to the best team or the most marketable team in the league for peanuts, and we'll reward you with the first overall draft pick. It's plausible. I don't think it happened, but it makes sense.
I think Adam could have made that happen.
You're actually brain dead if you think it wasn't all rigged, because you can look back as far as the 2010s, and it happened then. The Cavs got 3 first-round picks after LeBron left. Come on.
So my thing now is if you look at all these teams, I think the pick trading in the NBA draft has gotten a little ridiculous because Brooklyn, we'll just use Brooklyn for example, they're picking at pick 8. They're also picking at pick 19 and 26 and 27.
Wow.
Now that's obviously because they traded KD and Harden away, but you have Kevin Durant and James Harden.
Oh, I thought you were talking about my kid. Sorry.
And then you have Oklahoma City, which is right now they're looking like they're going to at least make a run to the finals. They're picking at 15 from the pick they got from the Heat, from the pick the Heat got from the Clippers. So it's the Clippers pick that they traded to Miami, that Miami then traded to Oklahoma City.
You know, OKC hasn't been in the finals since 2012.
I did know that. Did you know that OKC's had like a top 10 pick the past like 6 years?
Wow.
And that's that's why they're in the position they're in.
And now they have like a 15.
But I mean, even here, like San Antonio is picking at 2 and at 14. This is a team where the NBA draft, I mean, there's a reason it's only 2 rounds. 1 or 2 guys will make a huge difference on your team.
Oh yeah.
This is franchise altering for the Spurs.
Absolutely.
This is franchise altering for a team like Philly, who's picking at 3. This is franchise altering for Brooklyn, who has 4 first-round picks. Realistically, they can come out and have a 4 out of 5 brand new starters. Brooklyn can package 3 of these trades, send them to the Bucks for Giannis. Like, I just think that the trading has gotten absolutely ridiculous when it comes to picks.
Do you think it's a bad thing for the sport? I think it makes it more interesting, and you see different teams in the finals more often, whereas like we talk about it for NHL all the time. It's the same teams every year. It's the same matchups every year.
I think it's I don't like it because the NBA draft, I think, is the most impactful, I think, when it comes to everything. Obviously, the NFL is good. You're going to get your stars. You're going to get your starters.
Saying,
but realistically, like Brooklyn, they have 4 first-round picks. They could have a brand new starting 5.
Yeah.
With 4 rookies.
Yeah. I mean, you had a Wemby a couple of years ago. Generational. Now you have Cooper Flag. Generational. If that went to the Spurs, Cooper Flag and Wembanyama would have been ridiculous.
And not only will they have Cooper Flag and Wembanyama, but they had the Hawks pick at 14. Right. So it's like, and then you look, I mean, the Rockets are picking at 10 from Phoenix via Brooklyn. So it's Brooklyn's pick that they traded to Phoenix, that they traded to Houston. It's like, I just think there's just a lot of stuff going on that is unnecessary. Like pick 17, it's Minnesota Timberwolves, who realistically could win the whole thing. They're picking at 17 from a pick they got from Detroit, whom Detroit got from New York, whom New York got from Oklahoma City, whom Oklahoma City got from Houston.
This is going on a lot, Ant. This is awesome.
I like it. I genuinely like it. I understand what you're saying.
It's very unique.
It makes it more interesting. It makes other different teams have a chance. It makes it not so you have to wait 14 years for your team to get through a rebuild.
I do agree. I like that aspect.
In the Webby Cup, which is my golf tournament, we have an allowance for trading draft picks. A trade has not happened yet. There has not been a pick trade, but it does make it exciting. It's different.
I think
because then you look at the Islanders. Yeah. They've been in the poop box for 20 years. 30? 40? 30. 40. 40. When is their last generational pick? That they didn't. I mean, to be fair, they screwed up a couple on their own.
When was it, Chris?
They screwed up a couple on their own, but.
DiPietro?
Not Ricky. I don't know. I think just because there's 2 rounds, there's a lot of, we're going to give you 6 first-round picks, and you're like, whoa. Like, some of these trades where it was like, oh, and the whole, you can't trade back-to-back. So it's extended out. Like, how many years did that Celtics-Nets trade completely ruin the Nets?
Yeah.
When they traded for Kevin Garnett. It was like the 2013, 2017, 2019, 2020, 2026, like, and it's like you're mortgaging like 10 years of your first round picks future.
I just think it makes sense in the terms of like there's the win now teams and there's the rebuilding teams, like the Warriors and the Heat, for example. The Warriors are a win now team. Curry's getting old, Draymond's getting old. Our team can compete, but we need that one extra piece. Let's give away our picks for Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
And they bring in Jimmy Butler, and it makes a huge difference.
That's fair.
And then the Heat get picks. And when they're already in a rebuild, now they're going to get even more players that are coming in that can be under these guys that are already getting good.
Very good, guys.
I like it.
Excellent.
I like it a lot.
Very good. Let's talk about, there's something else having success, and it's the New York Mets. And Anthony's doing that, but listen, the stats are there. They have 3 of the best pitchers in the National League. And the fact that I'm about to utter this name is disastrous, and it's Clay Holmes. He's really found his groove. He's in 6th place in NL Cy Young voting. You got Senga, who's in, 3rd place, and then Griffin Canning, who's in 2nd right now in Cy Young, the Cy Young race in the NL. And, for a team that was supposed to have really terrible pitching, the pitching is winning them a lot of games, especially at home. The team is 17-5 at home. They have a .500 record on the road, but listen, man, the Mets are in 1st place right now, and we all know what can happen. And they can still miss the playoffs very easily. But I know you want to talk on this, and I can't wait to hear what you have to say. So I'm just going to shut up.
So let's talk about the Mets here. I don't want to be the guy that says they've played nobody, but they've played nobody. I was trying to find games against teams with winning records. Stats weren't available. I mean, they're available. I just didn't feel like counting them. But if you...
Big time Yankee fan, yeah.
I mean, if you go back and look at it, they're losing 2 of 3 to the Athletics. They're losing, So let's just go back here. They took 2 of 3 from the Pirates. The Pirates suck. They took 2 of 3 from the Cubs. The Cubs suck. They took 1 of 3 from the D-backs. Or 2, I'm sorry, 2 of 3 from the D-backs. D-backs are a good team. They took 1 of 3 from the Cardinals. Cardinals are okay. Then they played the Diamondbacks again, and they took 1 of 3. Then they played the Nationals. They split 2-2. Then they played the Phillies. They swept the Phillies, and they swept the Cardinals. They lost 2 out of 3 to the Twins. They lost 2 out of, or I'm sorry, they won 2 out of 3 to the Athletics. They won 2 out of 3 to the Marlins. These guys are playing nobodies. They're playing nobodies. They haven't had to deal with the Braves yet. They're going to. They haven't had to deal with any of the good teams. They haven't played the Dodgers yet. They haven't played any of these good teams yet. We talk about the Yankees, and this is me, I guess, being a bitter Yankees fan, but I wouldn't call it bitter. Everybody this year, the Yankees, it's a known fact, the Yankees have the best offense in the MLB this year.
Yes.
Leading the league, and I think it's everything but walks, and they're like 3rd in walks. This team is a wagon. Everybody's like, well, pitching. The Yankees' pitching is horrendous.
Devin Williams.
Yeah, well,
He sucks.
he's getting there. He'll warm up to it. But, you have it written. Pitching was the main issue coming in for the Mets this season, but they seem to have dispelled those fears. And I said they have not. The Yankees' pitching is atrocious. They have the same amount of quality starts as the Mets. They also, the Yankees, not for nothing, they're down 3 of their starters. They're down Cole, they're down Luis Gil, and they're down Marcus Stroman. They are being led right now by the best pitcher in baseball right now, Max Fried. But this is a team where if they have mediocre pitching, this is a World Series contender. And then you say, well, the same amount of quality starts, what does that mean? Maybe it's the bullpen. Maybe the Mets bullpen is just so much better than the Yankees. But ain't the bullpens. No, it's not. The Yankees' earned run average is 0.5 less a game than the Mets. They give up half a run more than the Mets do every game. And their walks and hits per inning, their whip is 0.03 more than the Mets.
But now, what I'll say to you is that I didn't say that the Mets pitching is better than the Yankees. I just said it was supposed to suck, and it doesn't.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying, because it's supposed to suck, and they're putting up these numbers, and everybody's like, Mets are back. Yankees pitching was supposed to be good. They're putting up the same numbers as the Mets, and everybody's like, the Yankees are atrocious.
I have to say, I think a lot of people are saying that the Yankees pitching sucks right now because of Devin Williams. Because all they see is they see another blown save, another 3-run outing, another this, another that from Williams.
He's settled down recently.
Yes, he had a couple recent performances. The last one he pitched a good clean inning. The Yankees ended up losing to Seattle in extras, or in the 9th or whatever. But he's settled a little bit, but his ERA is still way up. And he hasn't had a good season. And I know, whenever I see an anti-Yankees highlight right now, it's Devin Williams pitching. Get rid of the beard. He's disrespecting the logo. All that kind of stuff. And so I think a lot of people are skewed that way. I just wanted to do a Juan Soto check. He's still mid. 255 and 8 home runs. Come on, man. You're supposed to be better than 8 home runs.
If I'm a Mets fan, though, Anthony, I would argue that, so what? We didn't make our schedule. We're still winning the games we're supposed to win.
Yeah, but the Mets haven't played the Giants yet. They haven't played the Padres yet. They haven't played the Dodgers yet. They haven't played they have played the Cardinals.
They weren't on our schedule.
Yeah,
we don't make our schedule.
They're not on the schedule yet, which is what I'm saying.
Yeah, and then when we go and win those games, what will your excuse be then?
Then there wouldn't be an excuse.
Okay.
The Mets are better than I thought.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, they haven't played.
I just think it's unfair to knock them just because they haven't played tough competition yet. You can doubt them, but to knock them and be like, this team isn't legit, well, they're still first. They're winning the games they're supposed to, when they're supposed to.
And you look at the run differential, too. Mets are plus 65 run differential, 17-5 at home. Oh, here it is. The Mets are 20-11 against teams worse than 500.
Which puts them at 8-4 against teams that are above 500. So they're pretty even.
I don't know. That's pretty good to me.
Yankees are 13-11.
I think that makes the Mets better than the Yankees.
I mean,
I do.
do I have money on the Mets against the Yankees this weekend? Yes, I do.
And right, we're just going to talk about that. The Subway Series is this weekend, and what better time to talk about the Mets and Yankees than that? And I think the biggest news, is Juan Soto going up against the Yankees. It's going to be about 50,000 against one when he comes to the plate. And again, there's no bad blood between Soto and the Yankees players, but the fans are going to act like 3-year-olds, and that's just the way it's going to go. And you know what's going to happen, right? He's going to go off.
I don't know. Probably.
I agree.
He's gonna take Rodon deep.
He's gonna go 3 home runs this series.
Yeah.
Now my problem with this Yankee Mets thing is like the MLB is trying to do this whole rivalry weekend thing. I don't know if you've seen that. So it's like the Rangers are playing Houston. It's like all the rivalry games.
Yeah.
There is no reason on God's green earth that the Yankees and the Mets the MLB cannot set aside 2 games in the Bronx and 2 games in Queens during the week of 9/11. That should be Yankees-Mets every single year. There should be a Yankees-Mets game on 9/11 every single year. A 4-game set.
It could be at either place.
No, you do the 4-game set. You split 2 games with the Mets. You split 2 games with the Yankees. It's good. It's going to make a lot of money. They wear special uniforms. They wear special hats. Marketing opportunities are huge. You market it. You put it on ESPN.
It's something they could really do next year because it'll be 25 years.
But that's the thing is, like, how are you not? Like, how do you not? It's so obvious. It bothers me. It really bothers me. But I don't know.
It seems too easy. It's too much of a no-brainer. I like that, Anthony. You know what else I like? I like Grammy, and I like Grammy's grinders. Grammy's good. Oh, by the way, a happy late Mother's Day to everybody, to all the moms. If I didn't say it last week, we have a lot of moms among us. And happy Mother's Day to all of them, with us or otherwise. And Grammy was a mom, and that's that. Now it's time for her segment. I remember somebody said, or many people say, that you don't really die until the last time your name is mentioned.
Yes.
And so, luckily for us, she'll never die because it gets mentioned every week, at least once here by me. Anyhow, I'll go first this time because I haven't been. The German, Leon Draisaitl, we're not talking about the goal he scored for Vegas. He had 2 goals, 4 assists for the Oilers in their 5-game series win over the Golden Knights. I don't care if anybody else had better stats. He's German. I made German food. We talked about Germany a little bit today. We had to cut out a whole segment about Germany today. And so Leon Draisaitl is my Grammys Grinder of the Week.
You want to take it, Nick?
I will take it. My Grammys Grinder, like I said, I had a very busy week, and I didn't really have time to watch sports or do much. So I am doing a Grammys Grinder that isn't sports. His name...
Emeril Lagasse.
No. His name is Vessel, and that is all I will call him by today. He has gone through a lot in the recent years, and he just dropped a album that I think is amazing, and it is a top debut album in the month of May so far. And, yeah.
Do you see there's rumors that it might be a double album?
Yes.
Who is Vessel?
Vessel is the singer of the band Sleep Token.
Thank you. For those of you that don't know.
Yes.
Okay.
And so his real name remains anonymous.
No, it doesn't.
But not really.
It does. If you're a real fan.
There's one. I'll play it off after this.
You can find their names.
Yeah, but as a real fan,
if you're
you don't
a real
want to
fan,
do that.
You don't do that.
That's what you get for hiding in the limelight. If you know, you know. Anyway. Good one. Little odd, but good one. So, my Grammys Grinder this week, going to the baseball diamond.
It's 2. Oh.
Going to the baseball diamond for a player in the NCAA realm. He was a 2022 third-team All-Region for Division III Birmingham Southern. Why am I talking about a Division III player from 3 years ago? Well, His name is Andrew Dutton, and he is a super senior grad student at the University of Auburn. Now, what he's doing as a grad student is he is a combination of a player and a coach. So, from what I understand, that means he can either coach or he could be activated as a player. It goes both ways. He's a grad student. He's like my age. Guy's 5'8", 178. He has spent most of this season as the first base coach for the Auburn Tigers. Now, the Auburn Tigers are a very good baseball team this season. They might make a run. And after coaching first base all season, he finally gets an at-bat. And what does he do in his first at-bat as an Auburn Tiger? Auburn Tiger. Goodbye! Home run.
Field.
That feeling had to be awesome. Shout out Andrew Dutton. That's what it's about. You go, and he's from Southside Alabama, so he's from that area. You go play D3 and get a chance to walk on and be a coach-player hybrid at D1, and probably the school he grew up rooting for. Finally gets his shot, and the dude hits a home run.
Did you see I know you watched it, but he started booking it down the line, and then there was a moment when he realized that it was gone, and he just almost completely slowed to a stop. It was awesome watching the highlight back. That was a really cool one. I agree. Very good job, Anthony.
Thank you, buddy.
Nick, a quick Google search, and you could find the name.
No, the whole point...
Chris, I know his name, for God's sake. You're not supposed to say it. You're not supposed to talk about it.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Why not?
The whole point of the band is that they want to remain anonymous.
I understand that, but I don't like that. That doesn't make me happy. I want to know who they are.
Well, you're one of the weirdos then.
I want to watch the drummer play without all the nonsense on.
So do I. I kind of do want to know.
I just want to see him play a song without a black cloak on himself.
Well, do you
insane.
appreciate the drumming or do you appreciate him?
Fair.
I want to see him. If
You
Carter
don't need to
Beauford,
see him.
if Carter Beauford was on stage,
You're an idiot.
with a costume on, other than the one he wears.
You know what? No, you're getting me mad. You can cut this too. If Connor Beaufort, whatever, I don't
Carter
care. Carter
Beauford.
Beauford was on the stage with a mask on, you'd still be jerking it to him. So I don't care.
No,
And
I
you
would
can
not.
cut that. You can cut that out too. I don't care.
Oh, Carter, my ants are marching.
You know what? That's what I get for
Between
bringing.
Carter.
You know what? That's what I get for bringing up DMB. I'll tell you something. I just want to see who it is. I want to see what he looks like. God.
Carter, you're so amazing.
I know what he looks like. I already know what he looks like. I want to watch him drum with no costume. Shut up. Do this.
Bye. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. See you next video.
Thank you, Sabrina. Follow us on TikTok at Sports and Spag Pod and on Instagram at Sports and Spaghetti Pod. And don't talk badly about my band.
You're talking badly about mine. You're literally doing the cardinal sin of my band.
Which is?
Talking
Trying
about
to
their
reveal their
identity.
names.
I'm not going to say their names.
You looked it up.
First of all, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say their names. I'm not going to reveal them. Just settle down. Anthony, take us away. Get us out. I'm done. Get me out of here.
All right. That's Nikki. That's Chris. I'm Anthony. We're heated. We had some curry. As always, take care of your loved ones. Google what happened in the 40s in Germany.
Oh, my God.
As always, stay full.